Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning. Still messing about with this. I put a little wash on earlier, it's not dried yet. Ton it round. Change of colour. Do. Paper's still a little bit wet. I shouldn't be doing it as yet. But as you all know, I like to live on the edge. There has been new advice coming out from the Boris. I'm not going to start the class back anytime soon. My art class, my ladies are so frail. One sharp frost and it'll wipe them off out. So no, Boris, no. They can go and wave to each other. Do. Cute dog. I must say I have been any of you been having problems sleeping? Her downstairs has come up with the perfect solution. Went for a little power nap, a little 10-minute nap. Yesterday. Slept for 7 hours. Yeah, should nitromorse to the landing. I've had a bit of a headache ever since, but you know, somebody's going to have to pop on soon because I'm going to be gone. Really freezing outside. I'm sending a mirror out that I've done up, and so I've just nipped out to get the fragile stickers, and some people consider that as a bit of an indication. I don't know if they're still like that. It used to be you put fragile on something and you might as well just jump up and down on it yourself. A miserable man just walked past the window, pushing a child on a bike. Somebody come on, because not that it's a massive thing, but I am just talking to myself if no one comes on. I've all gone back to work. Squirtiness. I shall talk through this. Right, this is actually a oil painting technique. Right, I'm doing it in watercolour because I'm like that. And what it is building up the picture with very thin layers of paint. And if you've seen any of my digital stuff, I sort of took that idea and did it digitally, so just don't expect me to explain layers to you on a not really got the hang of it now. I've been doing it for about 15 years. It's a process of elimination. You get a photograph, take all the bits you don't want, and just leave the bits you do want. Then take another photograph, take out all the bits you don't want, then leave the stuff you do want. Do a watercolour painting. Yeah, but very, very simple watercolour painting. Not too much going on. Take all the stuff you don't want, put that on your picture. Well, actually, that tends to go first. Yeah, and then you just keep layering and layering and layering. But in that sort of technique, you can do Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Whereas this, if they're thin enough, the layers are thin enough, you could do 20, say 30. Because the paint doesn't go on the paper, it goes in the paper. You're limited to how much the paper can take. If you use a type of paper called hot pressed, because there's not the knobbly bits in it, you're limited again to how many layers you can do. I'm just going to wait and let that soak in and waffle. What's changed? Yeah, you can. I don't think you should do this, by the way. But not only can you go and wave at the crumblies can now come and wave at you. I personally think they should stop where they are for a couple of months. I think the only reason they can come and wave to you now is because they've got space for them in the ICUs. Rather cynical. Rather cynical. That's my vein. Got this little pattern or shape which is based on these tiny little flowers that I don't know what they're called. It's just started hailstoning. Well, hey. And Sue Yates, if you do ever bother to pop on my thing, I've painted you an onion. Roger, what are you doing up at this time? Won't be seeing any photographs of your fancy ready holidays this year, will we? Hey. You won't be sending fancy photographs of your gallivanting. What did I see the other day? That was in the background? Mount Fuji. Just me and you, Roger. Our great leader put an announcement on the television yesterday about going back to work. And it made no sense to me at all. So I don't know whether everybody's gone back to work or not. Is Australia still in lockdown? It isn't, is it? Is it starting to... I think your government are borderline competent. Back to Mount Fuji, where you've been. I know you've been because there's a picture of you with the back of it. My favourite artist is a chap called Hokusai, and he did, I can't remember how many views of Mount Fuji he did, but his famous picture, the Great Wave, has Mount Fuji in the background. Did you get a chance to go? I mean, he did. There were prints, really. There were original sort of. He had a printing business, bless him, and so that the Great Wave thing is a glorified lino cut, really, and if you did you get to see his porno section? He did some very rude pictures involving people and, is it octopi or octopuses? Vivid imagination, those Japanese. Where else you been? You've been everywhere, haven't you? You make me sick. Something's not good enough for you. Just waiting for it to soak up a little bit. I'll carry on talking to myself. I'm going to let it dribble this way. Trying to think of something that's exciting that's happened. Oh yeah, I've also seen a picture of you with Haze rock in the background, or whatever it's called now. Morning, Glyn. The name of that fancy camera that you've got, because I'm thinking of getting one. Unless you want to give me yours. What we are doing now is the paper is soaking wet. So if I put paint onto soaking wet paper, it will just dribble down to the bottom. So what I need it to do is be just, well, not quite damp, but not too wet that it just dribbles everywhere. Well, it is going to dribble everywhere. It's supposed to dribble everywhere. Don't think for 1 second I don't want it dribbling everywhere, because I do want it dribbling everywhere. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. And you'll fancy gallivanting around the world, Roger. You've also been to Hong Kong, haven't you? Who's that? Morning, Tracy. Your mum and dad, I think your mum's still with us, isn't she? Did our wedding photography. Sharing where you got your entrepreneurial, the courage to break out on your own and stuff done. Oh, okay. darken this side down a little bit. Turn it upside down. Turn it so I can get in there. Do a bit of housework. Let you have a look at what I'm actually painting. This is a special treat. Meanwhile, I'll take this thing out of here and have a little closer look. Dark, one of my eyelashes. And I think that, and this is what I'm doing, and it's crotch pottery. Let's put the light on. Is that gonna? Is that better? Okay. I'll be back at, I might work on this in a couple of hours time once it's had a chance to dry. So I'll see you soon. Toodle pip, see you in a bit. Bye.